I get to use Spider-Man to use the full extent. Okay, my warm-up was uh, 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 all over x squared minus x minus 20 minus 3x squared minus 11x minus 20 all over x squared minus 25. Okay, what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to write A, B, C, and D in red, which you can clearly see, okay? And I'm just going to factor that separately and bring it back. Who am I going to pick on first? This person will start with Spider-Man. Can I get somebody to volunteer, please? First. Okay, first Lana, and then second Lana, I'll get a second. First Lana, 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. Go ahead, first step is.
So the x is 24 and the is positive 5,
Yeah.
and then the two numbers are 8 and negative.
Okay. So that changes to 2x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 12. Why does it make sense to write it like that? Probably better than negative 3x plus 8x. Like, why is it nicer to do it that way? Do you know that?
Because you have the even numbers.
Right, like 2 and 8 go together quite nicely. 2 and 3 don't really go together at all. Okay. All right. Lana Waller, what do you do next, please?
So then you split it in half.
Yep.
So then you have 2x.
Yeah.
Bracket x plus 4.
Good.
And then 3 x 4.
Yeah, we're good. So. I thought my question fell apart already. It didn't. Not yet. All right. Next up, what's our next vector, please?
2x minus 3.
Yeah.
X.
Now, you don't have to do it aside like that, but just a little bit neater to your question. There will be some people in here, let's call him Tristan, that say, Mr. Sadler, I can go right to that in one step. Okay, if you can, that's wonderful, but most human beings are unable to do that in one step. So if you need to do your rough work on the side, that's fine, do it. Okay. Okay, Cole, can you do the bottom left for me, please? X squared minus x minus 20. Good. Yeah, good. Negative 1. So x minus 5. X plus 4. Okay, is this hopefully starting to come back for people? Now, just, Cole, can you explain to the class, please, why you could instantly do that in one step and I had to do all that extra work on the first example?
Because negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Negative 5 times 4 is
Good.
negative 1.
I was wishing to say something else, so that is true, okay? Yeah, go ahead.
On the top, there's a 2 in front of the x squared, but on the bottom there, it's nothing in front of the x squared. So whatever your M&A is, like to get that, you can just put those in the front.
Yeah, if it's just plain x squared, you can do the shortcut, right? But if you have 2 or 3 or a million, right, you have to do the long way. Okay. All right, Bailey, can you do the top right for me, please? I'm gonna find a way to put this.
The m is negative 6, and the is negative 100.
Okay, good. Now, yeah.
Negative 15.
Okay, good. Now, if you're not able to get those right away, you can make out the list. And Marissa, I'm not going to embarrass you right now, but when Marissa was in my class before, there are 2 numbers were multiplied to get 893 and add to get 42, and she made out the entire list like of numbers until she got the computation. Okay, so I won't do things that are too wild, right? But if it's possible, it could be one like this. It's off the times table, right? I try and keep them in 12 times 12, but don't freak out if there is 1 or 2 that's off like that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna find something. Sorry, Brian. What do I do now for negative 15 and the 4? Oh, it's okay. Russell, save him, please.
3x squared minus 15x plus 8x minus 20.
So what we did here then, just as a reminder here for this, all you're going to do, Brian and everyone else, is just you're going to exchange whatever the 11 is, whatever the x term is, with these 2 numbers. Okay, this is the way you guys did it in your grade 10s and 11s classes, I hope. Most people, if you did it differently, that's okay. Right, but if you factor a different way in your head, that's fine. Okay? All right, Callan, go please.
3x.
Yeah.
And then brackets x minus 5.
Yeah.
Or brackets x minus 5.
Great. And I know this is correct again because the brackets line up, so things are good. Peter, finish it off, please.
3x plus 4.
Yeah. Okay, if you're saying to yourself right now, oh no, I hate factoring. I hope there's not a lot of factoring in this course. I got bad news for you. There is. Okay? The whole first unit is factoring, but we've learned about cubics and quartics. Factor those ones, okay? So if you're saying, man, this warrant was awful, why am I such a mean person? You can do it. You guys are wonderful people. You can do it. But you got to be good at factoring to be good in this course. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the right-hand numerator as minus 3x plus 4 x minus 5. Okay. Who am I up to? Sorry, Dexter. I don't know why I forget your name. We went to class last year. Dexter, how do you factor x squared minus 25? Difference of squares, very good. Go ahead.
X minus 5, x
Yep.
plus 5.
Oh, shoot. This didn't work. It's a 0, huh? Darn it. Didn't work, so I wanted to. Can I change the question? Will you guys be mad?
Yes.
All right, fine. I won't change the question. What I wanted to happen was not. That's okay. Okay, so before I start canceling and smushing and all that stuff, what's the next step? Instantly here. Okay, go ahead. State restrictions. What can X not equal here? Go ahead.
4 plus 5, negative 4.
Okay, now before we keep going, please be brave and ask the question. I know for some people it's been a while since you're in grade 11. You guys did this, but Mr. Walter did lots of this too, right? I hope. Yeah, okay, because this is my favorite part, and I'm hoping it's his favorite part of it too. Yeah, go ahead.
So when do you know, like, at which points to state the restrictions?
Okay, you all right after you factor, because the thing is, if I cross out here and I accidentally cross out, let's say an x plus 4, which I'm going to, negative 4 is still a restriction. Okay, even though it's been crossed out, it's still a restriction because it was initially a restriction, right? So basically, you state restrictions just before you're going to cancel. Does that make any sense? Okay, is this starting to come back to people? I think a little bit. Yes. Okay, so before I'm just going to rearrange these pages. I think. Can you guys see this? Sort of okay? Yeah. Okay. Before I do this, I'm going to actually move these pages around. Like this. Oh, what happened? There we go. Okay, so now this is going to get messy, but we can do this. Can somebody tell me a magic step, please, Jesse, that is going to make this question a lot nicer?
Is this when you cross out the ones out of the same?
Yeah, okay. Now you can only cross out things on the same term, each term, right? So what I would cross here is x plus 4, and x plus 4, and x minus 5, and x minus 5, right? You can't cross diagonally here because it's subtraction, okay? If you don't do that, that's fine. All that's going to happen though is that your page is going to be this big. Okay, that's going to be the difference here. So this question is going to turn into 2x minus 3 all over x minus 5 minus 3x plus 4 all over x plus 5. All right. Do you recall? Well, we had to continue from here. Go ahead.
Multiply the bottom to each.
Okay. So we want to common denominators if you're adding regular fractions. So it's going to be 2x minus 3x plus 5 all over x minus 5x plus 5 minus 3x minus 4 x minus 5. Can't believe this question didn't work out. Okay, because conveniently this is where it's going to be on the right hand side because we just factor all that stuff. Okay. Is it plus or did I make a mistake? No, I did. Sorry, thank you. No, it is. Yeah, thank you. Okay, now the final and last step owing to this question is what? Smush. Now, if you're not in my class, let me translate. Smush is not a mathematical term, okay? It is a English term, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to FOIL out the two numerators and not smush them, combine them mathematically. Smush, okay, we'll smush them together, okay? So I'm going to FOIL out everything that's going to be 2x squared minus 10x, sorry, plus 10x, minus 3x, minus 15, minus bracket 3x squared minus 15x, plus 4x minus 20. All over. If I make a mistake, which is possible, let me know. Oh, does that look sort of okay?
Yeah.
So the FOIL. Now notice I kept the right hand side in bracket. Why did I keep the right hand in the bracket? Yeah. Also because well, yes, but more importantly than that, I wanted to remember the negative rate, because if it's possible you could forget me to switch across. All right, Kylie, can you combine those for me, please, if you'd be so kind?
When you simplify,
Okay. Yeah.
it would be 2x squared plus 7x
Yeah.
3x squared minus 11x
Yeah.
plus, or minus 20.
Yeah. I don't need to do this. Yeah, I'll try that. Okay, and before I continue, Caitlin, okay, this, you may be saying this for Sadler, you're going incredibly fast, okay? If you feel that way, I'm sorry, I will try and slow down, all right? But I love algebra, okay, I'm sorry about that, so this is the speed I go. And go twice as fast in calculus, okay? So I just want to get you ready for that. I don't need to scare you guys, I can't wait till tomorrow, there'll be 8 of you in here. Oh, I don't need to do that, okay? Sorry. I know someone with no math, come on, let's get excited about one question, okay? All right. Caitlin, what do we do next now, please? No? Somebody help her here. What do we do next? Yeah, go ahead.
The negative sign, you have to put it into the bracket, so
Yeah.
it's negative
Good.
3x squared and then positive 12x in there.
And I'll finish it up then. Last one, 4. Okay, I'm going to step out of the way. I'm going to let the questions be answered. If you're not 100% comfortable with what just happened, please be brave and ask, okay? Please be brave. Okay? Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Can I go from the fourth last step to the last step?
If you are brave and confident in your math skills, yes, you may. Okay, that's fine. If you make a mistake, though, I'm going to say tisk tisk, or you know what I'm saying. I will not be happy. Okay, but I just try to show everything here.
Okay.
Okay, so this is starting to come back, hopefully, from last year. I hope. Yes. Hopefully. Lecture. Yes. Everyone calculus. We use this all the time. And I get giddy because I get to cancel things out and I'm all excited. Yeah. Well, I think you're in grade 13, not to get personal with you. I think you're in grade 13, so I think you might have done this course last year. You're trying to get a better mark. Yeah. You don't want to be talking to it. He hasn't actually done that. See, everyone's going to think that you and I are best friends now. That's true. We're good friends. I wouldn't say we're best friends. Okay. I'm going to get going with today's lesson, if that's okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video. I'd like everyone to